Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about systematics. As we have discussed in chapter number 1 about the various characteristics of living world. Now, students, in those living world, there are a lot of diversity. It means these diversity, these variation, different characters found in living world, including our plants and animals, this is called as biodiversity. So we can define biodiversity as the existence of a number of different kind of animals and plants which together make a good and healthy environment. So students, if you will look around your surrounding, you will find that there is a very large variety of living organism. You might have seen there that potted plants, so many different insects, bird, pets, animals, plants, various organisms are there. They may vary in their size, they may vary in their color, in their eating habit. Some of them are living in forests, some are in our surroundings, some are moving, some are crawling, some are flying. So a lot of diversity is seen here. And if we will see all of these, how can it gives us a confusion, and it allow us that we should categorize them, we should classify them. There is a need of classification so that they can be grouped in a convenient manner and we can easily observe them, we can easily identify them. So student, there is a need to standardize their naming of these living organisms so that particular organism can be known by their name in the world. They can be identified that from where they belong. For the proper identification, there is a need to give the name. This process of naming and living organism is known as nomenclature. Nomenclature can be studied in two ways. For the plants, it is called as ICBN, and for animals, it is ICZN. The full form of ICBN is International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, and ICZN is the International Code for Zoological Nomenclature, in which, in this order, the scientists have facilitated and they organize to name them so that in the whole world they will be described by their special name, their certain name, and it ensures that such name has not been used for any other organism till. So the biologists follow universal accepted principle to provide them the naming. This is called as binomial nomenclature. This binomial nomenclature was given by a Swedish naturalist whose name was Carl Linnaeus. He has classified the whole living world into two kingdoms, that is plants and animals, and then in those plants and animals, he has given them two names. One name is called as generic name and another name is called as specific name. Generic name is also called as genus and specific name is also called as species. While we are writing the name of the organism in a scientific manner, or we are saying it as the biological name of that organism, genus is always written with capital letter in italic form, whereas species is always written with the small letter in italic form, or it is underlined. For example, students, we are writing the name of mango. The scientific name of mango is Mangifera indica. Again, this is a plant, so this name is given by ICBN, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. So Mangifera indica, Mangifera is the genus and indica is the species. We can also say that it has a specific name. This name is only given to mango, not to any other plant. If you will go in the whole world, either you speak mango, amri, anything. But in the whole world, the people will recognize the mango as Mangifera indica. In the common language, this mango can be called by different names. But in the whole world, it. So students, while we are writing the names, biological names, we have to follow some rules of nomenclature. What are those rules? Firstly, biological names are generally written in Latin form, and that's why it is written in italic letter that we have already discussed. So they are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. Secondly, while writing this, the first word in a biological name represented by the genus, and this genus, while the second component is the specific epithet or a specific name. Third rule is the word in biological name when handwritten are separately underlined. Like here I have separately underlined. Mangifera is separately underlined and indica is also separately underlined, and they are printed in italic to indicate their Latin origin. Why are we writing this in italic form? So that it represents that they are originated from Latin. Now the fourth rule is the first word denoting the genus always start with the capital letter. Please pay attention here that the first letter of genus is always capital. Here I have written in Mangifera, M is capital. And the specific name, the first letter is always small. See, indica, I is small here. So it can be illustrated here as Mangifera indica should be written like this. Not only the mango, but other examples are also there, which we will discuss later, that how these are written in the different forms. Now students, there is a need to classify them also. After giving binomial nomenclature, there is a need for classifying them because the nearly impossible to study all the living organisms. So we have to devise some means so that it can be possible to read them easily, and this process is called as classification, which can be defined by classification as which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on easily observable characters, that what by which features we can observe them very easily. We easily recognize the groups such as plants or animals or dog or cat or insect by this. As the moment we use any of these terms, we associate certain character with an organism, and that organism character is in a group. So we can say that in plants, if we try to talk about the wheat, the picture in which of our mind will be the wheat plant, not of rice. It has some certain specific feature. So by that feature they are categorized in a group and can easily observable. So this is the need of classification. Student, another branch is systematic. This is the branch of science which deals with the diversity of organisms and their comparative and evolutionary relationship. Because the characterization, identification, classification and nomenclature, these all. So students, systematic is the branch of science which deals with the diversity of organisms and their comparative evolutionary relationship. This systematic is derived from a Latin word which means that systema, and this systema means mainly for systematic arrangement of an organisms. Students, the Linnaeus used this term systema nature as the title of his publication. So the scope of systematic was later enlarged to include the identification of an organism, nomenclature of an organism, and classification of an organism, which deals with evolutionary relationship between organisms. Now let's see what are the basics of systematic study. First is characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature. The basic of systematic study is, the first one is, as we have discussed, characterization. The organism to be studied is described for all its morphological and other characters. Students, morphological characters are the study of external features. So here they are categorized by describing their external characteristic. The second one is identification. It is the finding of correct name and place of an organism in a system of classification, so that it is done with the help of keys, and those are called as taxonomical keys, about which we will discuss later. So this is carried out by determining similarities with already known organism, so that we can identify them easily. The third basic is classification. Students, it is the placing of an organism or a group of organisms in a category according to the particular system, which is based on certain observable fundamental characters. And these characters, in conformity with the nomenclature system, makes a hierarchy. And this hierarchy is maintained in those categories of classification, so that we can classify them in a proper way. Fourth one is nomenclature. As we have discussed earlier, that the nomenclature is the process of naming the living organism. So it is defined as the science of providing distinct and proper names to the organism for their recognition. How are they recognized, and different, which make them different from other functions. So this is all about the systematic, that deal how the organisms are showing their evolution, how they evolve from one to another, what are their basic comparatively. These all are studied under these four characters. Now students, in next turn we will discuss about taxonomy. Taxonomy is further called as taxonomy, which is the process of classification of various organisms into various taxa. So students, about taxonomy and its type and taxonomical hierarchy we will discuss later. This is all for today. And students, I am assigning you one homework with it. Please write 5 plants and 5 animals scientific name under this ICBN and ICZN, and please write them properly with binomial nomenclature, that how genus should be written and how species would be written. So please, this is your homework for today, and learn this whole topic. In the next turn we will discuss about taxonomy, its type, and taxonomical hierarchy. This is all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.